Okay, like these are Oracle, JD Edwards, BAN, PeopleSoft, MFG Pro, Ramco Marshall, and SAP. These are all the ERP packages you'll find in the market, and apart from all this, you'll find SAP also. So here the BAN software has been designed for logistics as well as for NGO based companies. They can use this BAN software. Then PeopleSoft is for logistic companies as well as for HRMS based companies. They can use the PeopleSoft software. Then Oracle is to maintain the financials, or else to maintain different types of databases, and you have different types of modules under this Oracle also. Then JD Edwards and MFG Pro are the softwares which has been designed for manufacturing industries. So that any kind of manufacturing industry, they can directly go with this MFG Pro. Then Ramco Marshall is for production planning, project management, and material management based companies. They can use this Ramco Marshall. But the SAP, which includes all the modules. Okay, because this is not only for finance, not only for logistics, not only for HRMS like this, which includes everything under this SAP. There is a reason it is totally an integrated software package. Even though if you want to compare the packages with SAP, you'll find the most of the integration part under this SAP itself, because you'll find so many modules under this. So much of integration part will be there under the SAP. Okay, is it clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Now we'll discuss about SAP here. It stands for Systems, Applications and Products in a Data Processing, which has been founded in 1972 by 5 IBM employees. Okay, who were working for IBM company earlier. They left the company and they have been established their own company that is called SAP AG. SAP AG is the first developed company in 1972 by these 5 IBM employees. You can also see the name of the employees here. SAP AG is the company name. Okay, it's totally a German-based company. Okay, in Waldorf, Germany it has been located. So in 1972, this SAP has been called as SAP R/2. Did you heard about R/2 and R/3? Are you aware of some technical things? Did you heard about R/2 and R/3? Amit or Reshma?
No.
Do you have some technical knowledge like servers, layers, cubes, like that?
Yeah, R3, like it's a 3-tiered architecture.
Yeah, 3-tier and 2-tier. Okay, here R stands for real time and 2 stands for 2-tier architecture. This 2-tier architecture, which includes in the tier 1 you'll find presentation layer, in the tier 2 you'll find application as well as database layer. Okay, so presentation layer is only for GUI. This is nothing but your GUI. You already heard about GUI, right? Graphical user interface.
Yes.
Okay, presentation layer is nothing but your GUI. And application layer is nothing but the user area where the user is working in the front end. And this is back end again, database layer. It is nothing but your RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. There is nothing but your GUI, there is nothing but the user area, and then there is nothing but your RDBMS. That means in 1972, when they are working under the R/2 structure, they are not having their own server. They are totally depends upon IBM mainframe servers. Okay, at the time they are not having their own server because still it is in the developing stage. Okay, because it is a new company. It's a new established company. That is the reason they were not maintaining their own server. They are totally depends upon IBM mainframe servers. So whenever they are going to execute the reports under this RB2 structure in 1972, it was taking so much of time. Why? Because this is not a client server architecture, and they were not having their own server here. They are having they are taking access from IB mainframe servers, then they are able to execute the reports. So that is the reason that it was taking so much of time to execute the reports here. So from 1992 onwards, it has become R by 3. This is nothing but 3-tier architecture. This will be also known as client server architecture. Okay. So R3 here, which includes tier 1, which includes presentation, tier 2 is nothing but application, tier 3 is nothing but your database. So the database layer has been separated as tier 3 here. Earlier it was there under tier 2 only. So from 1992 onwards, they are not depending upon IBM mainframe servers, but because they are having their own server. That's why it has become a client server architecture. Now they are able to execute the reports within seconds or within minutes. It was not taking that much of time, whereas it was taking earlier in R2 structure. Is it clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Reshma?
Yep, it is.
Right. So this is the major difference between R by 2 and R by 3 actually. See, as we are working under functional consultants, this is not required to know each and everything like what do you mean by server, what do you mean by layer, what do you mean by cube like this. It's not all required for us. Why? Because we are working as functional consultants. So this R2, R3 presentation, replication database, this will be maintained by your administrator, or else this will be taken care of by your technical consultants. But as you are working as a functional consultant, you must have some knowledge, minimum knowledge on this. What do you mean by RP2 and what do you mean by RP3? There isn't just you learned about this. Some basic idea should be there for each and every person. Okay. Now we'll see some advantages of using SAP software. The main advantages are integration, fast access speed, multilingual, multi-currency, and OSS. It stands for Online Support System. We'll talk about one by one. First, we'll talk about the integration here. Say, for example, you are working as a financial analyst for a particular company. If you want to deal with the customer, if you want to sell some goods to the customer, all the customer information you will get from your sales and distribution consultants. Means from the sales department people you are going to interact. The finance department people will interact with the sales department people. In SAP, the FI consultant will interact with the SD consultant. SD stands for sales and distribution, because all the customer data will get from your SD consultants only. So he will gather some information about the customer. Then he will sell the goods, or else he will receive the payment from the customer. So here you will find the integration between FI with SD. Like that, if it is in case of if your client is maintaining vendors also, then we are going to interact with the manufacturing department people. FI with integration between MM. Okay, like material management. MM stands for material management. If you want to make the payment to the vendor, all the vendor data will get from your material management people only. Manufacturing department people. Like that, as per the client requirement, if you want to know something regarding the products which your client is going to produce it, all the product information will get from your production planning consultants. This production department people will interact with. Like this again, payrolls and time management that will be dealt by your HR consultants. These are all the functional consultants you can see here, and he is nothing but your technical consultant, programmer of your organization, a BAPR. Like not only these modules, you'll find more than 60 functional modules are there in SAP. More than 60. Each and everywhere you'll find the integration. So these many modules, this much of integration you doesn't find under the packages whatever we already seen earlier. Okay. So even you'll find the integration between SD with MM, SD with PP, SD with HR, or MM with HR, MM with PP like this. Everywhere you'll find the integration. And we are also interacting with the technical consultant sometimes as per the client requirement. If your client wants to execute a report according to the spec which has been given by him. Okay, according to that particular spec, the consultant, the technical consultant will design the report. Okay, he will write the coding for that. Then we are able to use that report. So sometimes we are going to interact with the technical consultants also. So like this, we'll find the integration between the modules. Then the fast access speed, anyway it will be there for each and every kind of software. Then multilingual means languages. There are total 41 languages are there in SAP. In 41 languages we can open SAP. It has been designed. Then multi-currencies, there are total 218 currencies are there, 218 currencies. Then online support system. We'll take one scenario on this. Okay. Did you heard about implementation, end-to-end process, or full life cycle implementation? Did you have heard about all this? E2E process?
No.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Right. See here. We'll take 3 stages here. 3 different projects will be the types of projects. One is implementation project. Okay. Second one is supporting project. Supporting project. Third one is maintenance project. Maybe in the ads, maybe you already seen in the ads, like they will ask you if there is any requirement for SAP or else for any kind of ERP. If they have some requirement, they will ask you like we required 1 full lifecycle implementation experience or 2 full lifecycle implementation experience. Like this they will ask you. Okay, so here E2E, this is nothing but E2E, end-to-end experience. Means from the scratch till from the project preparation phase up to go live. If you are available, then you can gain 1 full lifecycle implementation experience. See, first we'll talk about this. See, for example, there are 2 companies are there, IBM and LG. Okay, LG is working on a legacy software, means non-SAP software they are working under. You know some accounting packages, right, already. So for example, they are working on that particular software. They are using the particular software since from so many years. They've been fed up with that. Then they want to change to SAP. They want to change the software totally. Then if the LG company employees they doesn't know how to implement the project, then the LG company will interact with multiple companies like IBM, Sachem, Wipro, Infosys, TCS, who will be the responsible person, like who are going to implement the project. They are going to deal with them. And they will collect the quotations from each and every company, like how much they are going to charge, how much time it will take and everything. So according to the least quotation, they will give the order. Suppose for example, they got a least quotation from IBM company, the best implementer for example. Okay, then IBM will become the service provider company for SAP software, for implementation of SAP. Okay, means you are working for IBM company, you are not working for LG. Okay, so IBM will become the service provider and LG will become your client. Is it clear up to this?
Yeah.
Now, so here we are working for IBM company. So once the project has been received from the client company, the IBM company will acquire the license from SAP AG company first. They will purchase the license on behalf of LG company. They will purchase the license. After purchasing the license, they will recruit some consultants according to the client. First, they will recruit the basis consultants, administrators. Basis administrators they will recruit, dealing with the client, servers, users, passwords, LAN connections, software and hardware requirements they will gather it. Then afterwards they will recruit the ABAPers, programmers of the organization. Okay, then afterwards they will recruit BI consultants or BI BW consultants. These are the techno-functional consultants. These persons will design the reports. Then afterwards they will recruit the HR consultants. Then afterwards they will recruit the FI and CO consultants. These 5 persons are the most important persons for each and every organization to implement a project. Then later it depends upon the client. If your client is a sales-based sector, then they will recruit SD consultants. If it is a manufacturing industry, then they will recruit MM consultants. If it's a product-based company, then they will recruit PP consultants, production planning consultants. Like this, they will go on recruiting the people like quality management, real estate management, treasury management. Like this, they'll go on recruiting the people. After recruiting the people, the project will start. Okay. So, but these 5 persons are the most important persons for each and every organization. So, definitely you'll have the requirement on these modules. So, your project will start now. Under this project, you'll find so many phases again, like project preparation, business blueprint, realization, final preparation, go live and support. If you are available from the beginning of the project, means from the project preparation page up to go live, then you can gain one end-to-end life cycle implementation experience. One implementation experience you can gain it. They will ask you in the interview like how many implementations you have done. If you have done one project, one implementation, 2 projects, 2 implementations, like this. Since from the scratch till the end, if you are available, then you can gain one E2 experience. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Nashmi? Are you there? Nashmi?
I'm there. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm there. Yep.
Right. So after completion of the, anyway, see, actually we are discussing about the methodology, about the process of the implementation, then what is your role and responsibility, okay, then how many servers they are going to maintain, how about real time, okay, everything. This is about everything we are discussing in your next session.
Okay.
Okay, this is, see, today just we are here about to learn just the orientation on SAP.
Sure.
We are not going in depth.
Sure.
Okay. In your next session, what will be there, like when your project will start, and each and every phase, what is your role and responsibility, how many servers they are going to maintain, how the data will flow from one server to another server. So this whole stuff we are discussing in your next session. Okay. Then afterwards we'll enter into the subject. So if you are there since from the beginning to the ending, then you can gain one E2 experience. Then once the software development has been done, once the implementation process has been completed by IBM consultants, they will submit the software to LG company. Then their routine work will start. Means our designations will be the consultants. Like that, LG company employees will be there, na? Their designations will be like end users. You know already about end users, right?
Yeah.
Finally, who will work on the platform which has been already designed by somebody else. They cannot make any changes for that. They cannot configure anything. Just they can use the software which has been already designed by somebody else. So for the LG company employees, they doesn't know about SAP. So for their employees, you are creating some end user manuals in between this process. You are creating the end user manuals, and you are only conducting some training programs to these end users for LG company employees. That is also one of the part in this process. So after giving the training, then your client work will start, like feeding of daily accounts, posting of transactions, generation of reports. Their routine daily work will start. Day-to-day transactions will start. Okay. So even though the end user has been trained already by the consultant, he is new to SAP. He will select up anywhere, right? So if you are working on a supporting project, for example, you will receive the tickets. Here in SAP we will call the errors as tickets. One error is equals to one ticket here. We'll call errors as tickets, or bugs. You know already about the bugs. A bug is nothing but ticket here. So say for example what the end user will do. Suppose he is stuck up somewhere while posting an entry. This is a screen, for example. Okay. Suppose he mentioned the debit information, credit data, okay, amount and everything he has been given. Suppose he made a mistake while providing the information, then he got a wrong error message he got here. Then what he will do? He doesn't know how to rectify this. He will take a screenshot. We know already about the screenshot, right? So he will take the screenshot and he will attach the mail and he will forward the mail to the FI consultant. Why? Because it is a account related error. If it is in case of SD related error, that will be transferred to the SD consultant, RMM or PP. It depends upon the department, depends upon the error. That means the FI consultant has been received a ticket from the client. A bug has been received, an error has been received. So these tickets will be sent according to the priority and according to the severity of the ticket, the issue will be closed. Okay, if they have been mentioned into the particular mail like P1, will give high priority, priority 1, high priority. P2 means medium, P3 means low. Like that, they will also mention like within how much time you should solve it. You have to solve it. So everything has been mentioned under by your client company itself. If you are giving the support to your client company, in the beginning itself they will write an agreement like if they need any kind of support or not. Even afterwards also, if they won't need any kind of support, we'll give it to them. So as a consultant, either you are working on implementation projects, or else you are also working on some supporting projects. But as a functional consultant, you are not working on any kind of maintenance. This is totally for technical consultants. Because under maintenance project will deal with the user upgradations, license upgradations, software upgradations, version to version data transfers. The total technical details will be there. So we are not going to involve into the maintenance project. Just either you're going to involve into the implementation, or else you're going to work on a supporting project. So once the ticket has been received by the FI consultant, again he will open the ticket according to the priority. He will check it. He will resolve it again. Again he will send a mail to the client. If this process is possible through online, he will give the online support, or else the person should go to the LG company. On-site or off-site projects, that will be known as. Okay. So finally, while working here, while learning this course, you are playing a dual role. We are playing a dual role. Means we are learning the concepts of the consultant roles and responsibilities, and we are also learning the roles and responsibilities of the end users. We are learning both here. But finally, you are not working as an end user if you are working as a consultant. You are not doing any postings, you are not creating any accounts, you are not generating any kind of reports in real time. Means you are not doing end user job over there. Just you are working as a consultant. The consultant role is like configuration, customization, documentation, software testing, end user manual preparation, and end user training program. This is a part of work in real time. Okay, there will be no technical things. We are not writing any coding. The coding will be written by your paper. Just we are configuring it. We are having some documentations and everything. We are going to deal with those. Got some idea, both of you?
Yep.
Reshma?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right. So any more doubts on this?
No.
Right. Next. See, now we'll go for the SAP architecture. SAP has been bifurcated into three different categories. One is technical, techno-functional, and functional. Under technical, it has been again bifurcated into two different categories. One is ABAP, another one is BASIS. Here, ABAP stands for Advanced Business Application Programming, which is purely a programming language. Here's nothing but a programmer, and here's nothing but an administrator. Dealing with the client, servers, users, transfers, LAN connections, and everything will be taken care of by your administrator. Then we'll talk about this later. First we'll finish the functional, then afterwards we'll come back to the techno-functional. Under functional again you'll find three more categories: finance, HR, and logistics. Under finance again you'll find so many modules like FI, CO, finance, controlling, investment management, treasury, enterprise controlling, real estate management, like this. Some more modules are there under finance level. Again in the HR you'll find so many modules again like person management, payroll management, time management, travel management, training and event management, like this. You'll find some more modules are there in the HR also. Then under logistics, sales and distribution, production planning, material management, warehouse management, quality management, environment, health and safety. Under each and every module you'll find again some sub-modules. Okay, under each and every main module you'll find some sub-modules also. Okay, now we'll come back to the techno-functional, which is purely for reporting purpose we'll use it. Earlier it was called as BIW, Business Information Warehouse. Now it has become BIBW, Business Intelligence and Business Warehouse, which is purely useful for the reporting purpose, where we can generate different types of reports like special purpose ledger reports we can execute, profitability analysis reports we can execute, like multiple reports you can generate under this. So if your clients want any kind of report like this, he will give a spec. Say for example, first he enter this particular page, first he need the customer number. Okay, that field should be there first. Then customer name, then some date, then some period, like this. So according to this spec, he must design the report. Then what he will do, he will take the information first from your functional consultant, SD consultant. Why? Because it is a customer related report. So all the customer data will get from your SD consultants. So first he will take the information from the SD consultants regarding the details. Then afterwards he will go for the ABAPer, technical consultants, programmer. Why? Because see, for each and every field you will find one field name, right? Technically you will find one field name, right? Again all these fields will be stored under a database table. Okay, so the field names, database tables will be maintained by your ABAPer. So he will take some more information from your ABAPer also. Then finally this person, the BI consultant, will design the report according to the client requirement. So a person in techno-functional, he must know the things what is happening in functional side and what is happening in technical side also. That's why it is known as techno-functional consultant. You must have some knowledge on both levels. Then only he can design anything.
Let me ask you a question. So
Yeah, you can.
BI or BW consultant, they need to know all the modules?
Not all the modules, that's what I'm saying. See, it depends upon the report which he wants to generate it. He will take the information from the concerned person. Like it is not mandatory that he must know all the module knowledge, because it is not at all possible also.
Okay.
These many modules he cannot learn, right? So that's the reason he will find, will interact with the consultant, he will interact with the functional consultant.
Okay.
But he must have some technical knowledge, that is mandatory.
Technical knowledge in the sense is like a programming
In the
knowledge?
sense, some programming sometimes, okay, sometimes only, okay, and sometimes he must have some knowledge on database tables, he must have some knowledge on field names and everything.
Okay. So field names is like something like what we do in Access, Microsoft Access, something very similar?
Like that. Anyway, I'm going to tell you everything, where you'll
Okay.
find the field name, okay, where
Okay.
the database tables will be stored, okay, and what are the FI database tables, CO tables, everything I'll show you.
Okay, got it.
Because see, actually, as you are working as a functional consultant, you must have some knowledge on technical side also. Sometimes it is useful actually. Why?
Okay.
Because see, sometimes what happens, if you are working on a supporting project, okay, you will receive different types of tickets.
Right.
Okay, suppose for example, ticket has been issued, ticket has been raised by your client, stating that he got checked up somewhere, but the error message is showing in some technical basis. He
Right.
doesn't know about it. It was showing in a field name wise, or else it was showing in a database table number wise.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can understand, if you know
Okay.
something regarding the database table, you can easily understand that one. You can easily resolve these technical issues also immediately. So
Got
that's
it.
why each and every functional consultant must have some knowledge on technical side. So that anyway, I'll tell you what are the things you must know in future. Okay, what types of tables you have to learn, everything that I'll let you know everything. It's not a big issue. Clear?